Well, welcome everyone to the Myth Speaker campaign. Something we're starting here. We got a wonderful little group of players here, and it's going to be a whole heap and helping of fun, I believe. So, unless anyone has anything to say, I figure we go ahead and jump right on in here. Fantastic. No one is averse to me running this into the ground as fast as possible. This is going to be fun.
Aww.
Welcome, everyone, to the great nation of Iblydans. Pay no attention to what one of our characters just rolled in chat. It means absolutely nothing.
Yup.
Sorry, didn't realize it
No,
was.
it's fantastic.
I was just gonna look at the table.
No, it'll always put the roll in chat, so we actually have it like that, so everyone else can also sort of look at what spells and abilities you're going to have for the day when you roll your apparition. Because that's right, we've got an animist who themselves doesn't even know what apparitions they're going to be using any given day. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Let's go.
Thousands of years ago, Earthfall devastated most mainland empires around Galarian. Those of us who have read far too much Pathfinder lore for our liking absolutely know about this. But for those of you who don't, Earthfall blotted out the sun and scattered survivors around the world for generations to come. This cataclysm was not the doom it sought to be for Iblydans. Through a mutual understanding and respect for the prophetic capability brought by Cyclopses of ancient Golgan, the people of Iblydans knew about the coming disaster and prepared in advance. Bunkers, vault-stored literature and histories, copious amounts of food prepared. Those of Iblydans managed to not only survive the disaster of Earthfall, but within only a single generation following it, rise from the chaos it wrought and begin to rebuild their empire. Over the subsequent centuries, Iblydans established colonies all along Kazmaron's mainland, absorbing various peoples into their sphere of influence. Rather than be one massive empire like so many places are wont to do, though, Iblydans sort of split, each of its main islands and their territories ruled by independent city-states that clashed with one another as frequently as they did with those outside the nation. Nothing, though, shaped Iblydan identity, though, like the hero gods that have become synonymous with the region. Iblydans itself, for reasons known to very, very few, is a realm flush with mythic power, which manifests as threads of fate crossing the land and wrapping around individuals. These threads are barely perceptible to all but the most trained Cyclopean eye, and the more of these threads that coil around an individual, the greater their potential destiny is. The Cyclopses would give prophecies to the most powerful mortals who deserve them, providing them with a quest that, if completed successfully, would have the mortal breaking free of their fate and the mythic energy of Iblydans filling and strengthening their bodies. These demigods led lives far longer than other mortals, granting their powers to those who would follow them and becoming what are known as the hero gods of Iblydans. This practice has lasted for thousands of years. Until recently, of course. With the death of Eredin and the onset of the Age of Lost Omens, prophecy itself has become unreliable. Cyclopses struggle to perform the myth-speaking rites that create new hero gods, and Calamity and Age have killed off many of the prior Age's ones, leaving only a handful these days who cling to life, try and keep the archipelago's religion intact. It's a losing battle, though. However, great change is coming to Iblydans. It is the summer of 4725 AR, and the war god Gorum has just met his demise at the claws of Achikek, setting into motion the events that will come to be known as the War of Immortals. Now, cut off from most other religions as they are, Iblydans has yet to truly learn about the death of Gorum and the ramifications that will bring. After all, a major deity such as Gorum, their death causes a few more problems than when the hero gods die. The first ships making the Obari Crossing this year bring these tidings of Gorum's demise. And alongside this, the archipelago itself is awakening once more with mythic power the likes of which has not been seen for many ages. Like a runaway mutation, this power is transforming creatures into mythic monstrosities, rending the bodies of those who can't control the energies, and even animating the land itself as Iblydans transforms into a living fairy tale. Join us as we explore this changing nation as a group of unsuspecting individuals gathered together by the strands of fate awaken to this mythic power themselves, becoming the ones who will decide the fate of Iblydans and its hero gods. Our story begins in the city-state of Pol-Bailax, nestled in the easternmost reaches of Kardaji Bay, receiving relatively little of the traffic making the Obari Crossing. It's an ancient city, famed for its sacred flames, blessed by the ageless phoenix Salquin that returns every 137 years, ruled by a council of philosophers that frequently debate not on what the city is, but what the city and its values should be. At this moment in time, tensions in the city are high. Salquin did not return in 4724 like she was meant to, and just the other day, the city's hero, Dintolneon, passed away. Yet hope endures. The people of the city confident that tomorrow will always be better than today. Now, as the first travelers making the Obari Crossing arrive in Bailax, citizens eagerly descend upon the harbors and their surroundings, eager to meet strangers, and demonstrates Iblydans' sacred duty of hospitality. At her estate, the retired duelist and leading member of the Philosopher's Council, Terpsime, has invited an assortment of travelers to enjoy her hospitality and Bailax's wonders. Currently seated at a large table set under the dwindling sunlight, enjoying the lavish feast spread before you, are but some of these strangers, having all arrived with their own circumstances throughout the day. And since one of them has already put something in chat for us, Scophos, as you enjoy this meal set before you, would you please describe your character for us?
Certainly. So Scathos is a human male with curly brown hair. He wears simple kilted breastplate, armor, and explorer's clothing. He has a rancer and whatever the holy symbol of Farimia looks like.
Good question.
because it hasn't really been explored yet.
It's a little bronze flame, we'll say.
Yeah, and then
Subject to change.
yeah, and probably the most striking thing about him is that his left eye is like the sclera is completely black, as is the pupil still, and then the iris is a white, almost glowing color. And yeah, he'll just be enjoying the meal.
Fantastic. You guys are probably still in the first course, this beautiful sort of outdoor eating area that you are being hosted at, with some servants in the background making sure cups remain full and prepared to bring out the second course when you are ready for it. Terpsime herself, an older human woman, still sort of wearing an armor that is part armor, part sort of formal dress. It's very much like much of it has been replaced with the flowing robes of her office. But she still keeps her blade at the ready at her waist as well, even in her older age. But of course, you are not the only two sitting at this table. More unique ancestry across much of Galarian, though much more common here in Iblydos. Horace, would you please describe your character for us?
Sure. So Orais is, a minotaur. She's about 8 feet tall. Also wearing a breastplate with a fair amount of scratches and scars on it that she hasn't seemed to attempted to repair. And yeah, while being a minotaur, so maybe not having quite traditional human-looking hair, she is slightly androgynous but clearly female. And she carries a large number of pouches at her side, including a rather large-looking lantern also strapped that she seems a little protective of, frequently checking, maybe fiddling with it if it's working or if it's fallen off, things like that. Yeah.
Wonderful. And last but certainly not least, the third individual currently partaking of this evening meal, Cyrus. Would you please describe your character for us?
Um, Cyrus is a human woman. Long black hair, fairly tall, um, fairly thin. They hold themselves up with like that military air, though they seem to be in almost what certain areas would more associate with like sailors' clothing and more piratey clothing, but very much holding themselves up with a very refined posture. And yeah,
Wonderful. All three of you just sort of recently sat down at this table here, but the first course was sort of brought out immediately before any conversation could be had. And I should actually ask you, Cyrus, is Larua here with you right now, or
um,
where would Larua be?
probably not here.
Okay,
Probably wherever I'm staying, it is staying to not draw itself too much
you're
attention.
staying here.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying more like not in the dining room with us.
I see, back in your quarters, just sort of
Yeah.
chilling out, so to speak.
Yep.
Fantastic. All right. Well, Terpsime herself enjoying the meal with a slight sort of smile on her face, watching all of you sort of quietly eating yourself. Well, Horace, I promised I would introduce you to some potentially capable others, did I not?
That you did. Very appreciated.
Of course.
What brings the rest of you here? You, is that are you sailor yourself? Talking to Cyrus, I guess. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I'm looking for work. I've been a little bit down on my luck. Trade's very slow right now.
And do you fight?
Yes, indeed. Ex-military.
Well, I cannot pay myself, I guess, but I am maybe looking for competent warriors, I guess you could say.
Well, I'm happy to help.
And Scaphos, was it? Or Scaphos?
Indeed. Yeah, I'm a warrior too, I guess. More of a guide, and well, I go about Fremia's ways, which is many different things: diplomacy, getting disparate peoples to work together toward the same common goal. I'm
And
in
this is
town
one of
looking for information, but definitely willing for adventure as well. So
above table. That's the hero god, right?
Veremia is one of the hero gods, which
Or
all
one.
three of you,
Yeah.
being Iblydan natives, would recognize that name. If you'd like to roll a recon knowledge to try and get some more information, you're more than welcome to. The DC's pretty low in this case.
Sure. I could just read it in the player's guide. No,
You could
I'm just
also
kidding.
do that.
I happen to know there's more information on her in the first book.
Yes.
After talking to Jericho about it.
I have more. Yeah. Pherimia is one of the healer gods, also most commonly known by her title of the Horizon Flame. She very much deals with guiding people, maintaining sort of infrastructure with travel, and uniting contentious groups for the sake of a greater goal. She is a hero god that doesn't necessarily have a sort of primary place of worship as many of the hero gods do. She is a traveler who can kind of be found all over the archipelago. Most frequently, her sites of worship would be the lighthouses that she herself has built to help travelers and ships.
Okay.
God, it's always hilarious looking at a level 1 character who's trained in a skill and only has a +3 to the roll. Fantastic. That +0 wisdom coming in clutch. But as the meal continues, the first course being wheeled away as you all finish it up, and then, of course, the second course being brought out, a much more lavish affair, there is one of the servants sort of walks into the room and walks over to Terpsime before whispering something in her ear. And she... All you notice a slight flash of surprise on her face before she whispers something back. The servant trots off. Well, it appears as if we are going to have one more guest here. Scaphos and Cyrus. Would one of the two of you mind just scooting slightly down the table so we get a little bit more room for someone? My apologies, I
Of course.
wasn't quite expecting another guest to join us, but who am I to say no?
I will move my chair more to give some more space.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Horace is just like resting her arms on the table, not really paying attention to how much space she's taking up.
Wonderful. And maybe another minute or so later, entering in following one of the servants, the same one who came in just a moment ago. Ton, would you please describe your character for us?
Of course. When you see Ton standing in the doorway, he is just a jet black furred kitsune. He has this, I don't want to say a shit-eating grin on his face, but a grin that if there's mischief to be had, he will love to be the one to cause it. He's dressed in what looks like a mix of Tian armor made out of some type of chitinous plate over, traveler's clothes. In his hand is a club that looks like it's the petrified tail of some giant lizard with symmetrical iron studs in it. And on his left hand, on the top of it, he has a tattoo, oddly enough, in his fur of a white nine-tailed fox. As he looks around at everyone, he looks at the head of the table. Lady Terpsime, hopefully, I've been looking for you.
Indeed. Welcome. I was informed that, well, not much, I'm afraid, but you are a friend of Captain Taylor, you not?
Yes. He recommended I come find you. He did not say why, though. He just said come find you.
That's very much like him. Well, would I be correct in presuming you don't yet have a place to stay here in Pol-Bailax?
Oh, that's what this place is called. That is correct. He didn't tell me anything about this place.
You just... Forgive me for asking, were you intending to come here, or did you just decide to hop off ship wherever it made port?
Yes. I was intending to come to the nation of Iblydans, but as far as how everything works here, I know loosely that a bunch of city-states don't know their names, don't know how your governments work, nothing.
Well, a very interesting traveler indeed, but please have a seat. There should be some food. We'll bring out some extra plates for you here, and I'd be more than happy to give you a place to stay for the next couple days at least.
He bows his head. Thank you very much. Your hospitality is most appreciated.
That is a great pleasure of ours to open our homes and hearths to travelers in the region. Please.
All right. He'll heft his Tetsubo on his shoulder and walk over to the seat she gestures to, flap it down and lean it against the table and sit down.
Fantastic. And the four of you and Terpsime here, dinner will progress. You guys are free to talk amongst yourselves. This is pretty much your first time meeting one another. You're also free to talk with Terpsime at all. It is very much just sort of an open dinner. There is no real restrictions on you guys being here. Terpsime is just opened her home to you guys for the next week or so at least, for you to stop in at and rest while you experience the city and prepare for wherever your travels may take you next. Some of you are, of course, taking on a bit more of her potential hospitality and getting her help in some things, but we can get into that at some point, I suppose.
Okay. Ton will look at the Minotaur, probably one of the very few he's ever seen in his life. As he's got a piece of food halfway to his mouth. Damn. Y'all are just as big as the stories say.
It is quite impressive, isn't it?
It is.
And I have not met a kitsune before myself.
Cyrus just coughs on their food at the comment.
Wait, do you have like a large tail?
Oh yes, I do. He only has one at the moment.
For now.
Yeah,
At the
for now.
moment.
Yeah. Do you actually ask?
No. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, very impressive fur you have yourself. I see you take fine care of it.
Ah, yes. Those back home taught me how to do it. Yeah,
Well.
Dion's a world away.
Welcome to the greatest state in Galarian, if I may say so. Actually, it's not really a state, but I don't know.
Oh, what makes it the greatest?
Well, I mean the mythic powers. Have you heard? Haven't you heard of the legends, or are you just hopped off here not
Well,
knowing
I
much?
mean, I've heard the legends and the pun intended myths of the place. You know, gods walking amongst mortals. I do hope to get to meet one. I mean, who gets to claim in their mortal life that they met an actual divinity? I mean, that's something, you know.
Exactly.
But yeah. So what are we doing here? Like I was just told to come here, but you all seem to already have, you know, you are already here. It seems like at least. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
I'm Horace.
Aureus.
Iris, a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you as well.
I am called Scaphos.
Scaphos, also a pleasure. Now, Scaphos, your eye, you don't cover it or anything. It is just out there for everyone to see, right?
Yeah.
So Ton will see your eye, and now that is interesting. How'd you get that? As he'll tap the left side of his own head.
It's a long story. He's kind of
Another.
seems hesitant.
Okay. Tan will pick up on that another time then. But so Cyrus, what brings you here?
I'm just looking for work at this point. Fortunately, as I mentioned to the others before, work's been a little slow for traders lately, so a little strapped for cash. Had to part with my crew for a bit.
Ah. Ton looks in his pouch and sees only 4 gold. You know, I'm in the same boat, so if you find any work, I would love to help you on that.
As long as you're an able-bodied sailor.
I'd like to think I am, but I could be proven wrong.
Oh, we'll have to see.
Only fell in the ocean twice on the trip over.
But the important part is he managed to get himself out both times.
Right. It was
Had
quick.
to really dry off, just so that fur doesn't smell any bad.
Oh no, he's
like
a very,
wet dog right now.
yeah, very meticulous fur. But
I
but
take
what's
back what I
with-
said earlier.
oh, but what's with the water? I noticed some strange shapes in it.
Well, have you heard of the... Well, wait, there's no name. Well,
Hey, you
I
get to make one
myself,
up.
oh no. I myself have heard rumors of some strange shapes in the water, some strange circumstances under which shipwrecks have happened, and I believe that there is a formidable beast in the depths.
Ah, demon fish. It's always the demon fish.
I mean,
What?
He kind of looks over, kind of nervous after remembering falling in the ocean twice.
you're lucky you escaped with your life.
Yes, I am. You are most correct on that.
But I guess that's kind of why I'm here is Terpsime, well, she said she would introduce me to some others who could maybe help if I were to set out on a hunt for this beast. And I suppose she was referring to you all.
A hunt.
I
Kind of
can't
like
say how lucrative it would be, but certainly if you're solving people's problems, if it's preventing trade or terrorizing ships, there may be rewards for it, I assume.
well, a hunt usually means a fight, and here he'll like roll his palm over the pommel of his Tetsubo, and I am always there for a fight.
I mean, from your... Is that from... Is that made from the beast itself? You've
It
already...
is a giant centipede from my homeland. Ferocious little shit that it was.
Impressive.
Ah. It it definitely had a mouth on it. I'll just say that.
You
It
mean
may or
like
may
it would...
not
It
have
would...
been able to talk.
I was going to say, do you mean its attacks or its command of speech?
Both. Though when I fought it, I may have been drunk. So its pincers and its mouth very much dangerous. Very much dangerous. I still have a scar on my back, but I might have just been hallucinating it speaking. But it talked a lot of shit before I caved its skull in.
Well, the Iblidan wine, or Iblydosi? Is it
Iblydin.
Iblydosi? Iblidan wine is known to make adventurers much stronger, I will say. So, you're in
Jericho,
luck
where is
in
the
this
nearest
land here.
where's the nearest thing of wine on the table?
I mean, you've probably already got some in a cup. If you're
No, but
looking
where's
for a
the
full bottle, the servants have them.
Oh, so there's not like a pitcher on the table where we can pour ourselves more?
No, the servants are pouring for you. Anytime your glass
Oh.
gets low, they're just refilling.
Okay, so once she says that, I look at the cup and just pound it back. If it's gonna make me stronger,
Well, not in excess. I mean, you must have control of your faculties still. You must not fall into the water a third time. But, you know, it can help you become more daring.
oh,
Liquid bravery. It's the same
liquid
all over the
bravery.
world.
I see.
Exactly.
Time-honored tradition.
It sounds like the spirit alcohol we have back in Tian. Very potent stuff. Supposedly it can make spirits drunk, though I've never seen that, so I don't know how much I believe.
Staphos, can I get a perception check from you, please?
Ooh, first roll.
Second roll. Erase rolled a recall knowledge already.
Ah.
Uh,
Both private. Wow.
I know. Welcome to Pathfinder.
Yep.
Scophos, as you are sort of listening to the conversation, eating your own food, you hear a voice. A voice that no one else, of course, can hear, because this voice is something only you can hear as it comes from inside you right now. Something comes, lurking in the shadows, over there.
How does that the over there manifest itself?
Your eye just kind of turns and looks naturally in the direction that's being pointed out, whether you want to or not. Downsides of sharing a body.
Yeah.
Um,
So, like, one of my eyes just turned on its own.
Yep.
Kinda.
it's the black one.
Yeah, obviously.
You
Look over there.
you aren't able to see in the dark, and whatever is being pointed out lies within the darkness, sort of outside the torchlight and dwindling sunlight right now. But you can make out some shape. It's definitely not humanoid. It's some creature, a bit smaller, you'd guess, in length than your own height, but you see multiple pairs of legs. And it's just kind of crouched in the dimness, maybe like 3-4 feet away from the closest servant. You can see eyes sort of gleaming in the darkness as it watches the table.
Can I not recall knowledge? Sense motive to see
Yeah,
what it intends to
go
do.
for it.
That's just perception, right?
Yes. Sense motive is in the basic action macros if you want, but you can also just use perception. It's going to be same thing.
I'll do that. Is there a penalty if it's a different... It's a beast or anything? I don't think so.
No, not really. I mean, you've seen hungry animals before. This is the stance of an ambush predator, but looking at it, it also doesn't seem like it's about to pounce. It's just sort of in its natural position that it would be in when hunting. But like, you don't see any muscles tensing or anything that belie that it's preparing to attack. It's just kind of there, watching.
Lady Terpsime, do you have any pets?
Personally, no, I don't have any in the estate. Why?
He'll like use his rancer to point over at the shadow and be like, there's some sort of multi-legged beast over there.
Oh,
Seems to be hungry.
Cyrus.
Just the very loud sigh. Laura! I just call to it.
And a serpentine creature comes sort of skittering forth towards the table.
I love its lamprey mouth.
Oh my god.
I love that it's a lamprey. It's so gross. I love him.
Skitters up to the table between you and Ton, and then, like, the artwork sort of sits on its two hind pairs of legs, just so it's kind of sitting up at the table like the rest of you on your chairs.
Jericho, is this creature eyeing the food?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Ton is just gonna look at it, just take a hunk of meat and, like, offer it to the creature.
Yeah, it's a lot of, like, fish dishes especially, so you can very easily take some and feed it.
Otto will love you.
And it will absolutely just barely even chewing, almost just vacuum down whatever you throw to it.
Mm.
Cyrus,
will-
I told you they were welcome at the table. You didn't have to keep them away. Or
I know,
hide them
they're
like that.
skittish.
Understandable.
What? Ton looks at the creature. Looks at Cyrus. Draconic? Some type
Mm,
of dragon?
no, it's more of a aquatic beast. It's a lizard of sorts. It likes to hide. Very often.
Oh, it's damn well good at it.
That +2 in
All
stealth.
right.
Yeah.
Well, Todd didn't notice it when he walked in, but then again, that tracks with his 0 wisdom.
I will
Ambush
say
predator
above
untrained
table,
in stealth.
yeah. Again, above table, the way it's described in its entry is it camouflages itself as a rock, typically to have people pick it up and then latch onto them.
Big rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
Like smaller ones will pretend to be like stones and stuff like that.
the human urge to pick up big rocks, okay? You can't. I believe it.
True.
Okay. Cyrus, what's its name?
Laura. Stands
Laura.
for spirit, wraith, things like that. Not very creative, as you can tell.
Hey, I'm not going to judge. I can't name to save my life. I mean, for goodness sake, look what my parents named me. Ton. It's a curse that's followed me. But, all right. Well, are we going to get it a plate, or do you just let it sit here?
It already ate for the day. It just
Ah.
will continue to, if you let it. It's on a diet
Oh.
right now.
It looks at you with like a half piece of fish hanging out of its mouth.
You don't want to overfeed your pet lizard.
Oh, what does it normally eat? Children?
It looks at you
Human
with
children,
a
yes.
slight look of disdain.
I look at it. I'm joking.
Eats the rest of the piece of fish in its mouth.
Well, it eats whatever rations we typically are able to. It gets to eat better when we're on land. But sea, it also can hunt for itself whenever we sail. But
Quite impressive to have trained such a beast. How did it join you? Did you simply come
job.
across it?
My trade, I have some morals to uphold. I don't deal with any creatures of sorts. Merchant tried to pull one over on me, hide the creature within some of the wares I was traveling with, and caused an issue. I found it, and we canceled that trade, and I have not worked with those partners since. And in exchange for helping the creature, I was able to. It has taken a liking to me and my crew. And, well, it gets fed well.
Certainly better than hunting or sleeping out in the cold, I guess.
Exactly. It gets its freedom. It listens when needed. Helps us out. It's a good relationship the two of us have.
So can it like breathe fire?
No.
Oh.
It does. It does like blood a little too much. I will say that.
Ton gets this look in his eyes. So what
Like,
would it do if I gave it some of mine?
Don't
Or is
do
that
that.
Okay, not a good idea. Got it.
It won't hurt you. It just will not be pleasant, and it will ask you for it multiple times.
Oh, like it likes blood like that.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Look at you and just
Well,
lay a webbed claw on your arm.
it's
Ton
begging.
just looks at it. He goes like this. He looks down, looks at it.
More so, don't let it latch onto your. Don't let the inner mouth latch onto you. That's the one that drains blood.
Inner mouth. It's
And
mouth.
I try to
It's inner
remember
mouth.
if I know anything about this creature.
Give me a
or if I
recall
know what
knowledge.
it is.
Yeah.
I love this thing. It's so goofy.
Exploit vulnerability. No, just kidding.
He's just a friend.
Yeah. You've never personally come across a water wraith, which is what this creature is, because water wraiths are native to Garund, specifically the Mwangi Expanse, so far to the west of here. So you haven't actually seen them in Iblydans before, but they are, like Cyrus mentioned, creatures capable of camouflaging themselves. They are ambush predators, but they are occasionally raised as exotic pets or guard creatures. I dropped a D4 and now I'm terrified to move my feet.
That's a very good reason to fear.
Jericho, stop messing around with dice. Stop
I found it.
Was it a regular one or a metal one?
No, it's a regular one, but it's this like near translucent blue.
Ugh.
It's hard to see under my desk.
I'll do it.
Okay. So Ton will address everyone because he's looking for everyone's take on this. So about those gods that walk amongst you all, what's that like?
I mean, the 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 prophecies, the strength that they're granted, it's quite exciting, although I feel like often it can get to their heads a bit. They're, I don't know, tend not to be the most down-to-earth people, even if you do encounter them, but I mean, I've never met them. I mean, I think they kind of keep to themselves. But it is quite exciting, I guess.
How many are there?
Fewer and fewer.
Ton will look at Scaphos, kind of slightly confused. What do you mean fewer and fewer? Gods don't die, normally. Are these ones mortal?
Yes. Though very long-lived compared to normal mortals.
Ah, a deity that does not possess immortality.
From what the stories I've heard, it seems like a few others don't. My travels.
So your mic is super quiet right now, all of a sudden.
I was gonna say, from what I've heard in my travels, it seems like a few others not from our region are not as immortal as we all thought.
Well, yeah, the big man just got axed by a bug.
I'm sorry, what?
The big man just got axed by a bug? Gorum, the Lord of Battle,
I
got
know the
killed
name.
by... Okay.
The war god of pantheons beyond Iblydans is dead?
From what I've heard.
Yes.
Oh.
The god of assassins, Achikex, slew him.
He couldn't slay a measly bug?
Well, I'm not going to pretend like I know divine politics or their power levels, but I imagine when two gods go at it, one of them's going to die, and
Frantically around for red
built-in,
mantis assassins.
yeah, built-in weapons on the Mantis versus the Lord in Iron. You know, it was a coin toss.
The guy in the rafters is sharpening his sawtooth blade in this rafterless open air dining area. Just waiting. You're gonna
But
go to sleep
Jericho,
tonight and not live to see the day.
The man in the rafters is waiting with the steel chair.
oh, that'd be funny. Jericho, is it common knowledge what Achikek does to pretenders to divine thrones?
No, not at all. Like, especially here in Iblydans, outside of religion is practically non-existent because the religion is of the hero gods. But also in general, like, how many normal people would know the god of assassins in the first place, much less what the god of assassins does to pretenders to the divine? Most people, especially right now, since Gorham's death just happened pretty recently, were like, oh, Gorham died to the assassin god who's named Achikek. Maybe they know there's a connection to the Red Mantis assassins, if they even know that group exists. But generally, people would not know the particulars of Achikek.
Okay, so all Ton would know off the top of his head is Achikek, god of assassins, takes the form of a giant mantis.
Yeah,
A
probably.
red one. Okay.
Yeah. If you think you would know more, you're welcome to give me a recall knowledge on it.
Sure, my first roll. Let's see how this goes.
Not well
And
is
so
my answer.
Terpsime didn't
Yeah.
or didn't know about Gorham's death. It sounded
No,
like?
neither you nor
Yeah.
Scophos likely did either. This is something brand new, and because there isn't really information about outside pantheons, that information is just beginning to make its way to Iblydans, with the first ships of the Obari Crossing making their way here. Cyrus is a bit more well-traveled, and just arrived here from elsewhere as well, which is why Cyrus would know.
I have rumors, and that's about all I
Yeah.
got.
Ton, honestly, it's a miracle you knew that much about Achikek.
Yeah.
Untrained in
You a
religion.
follower?
0 wisdom. Perfection.
Natural 2.
Yes.
When did
I am
this-
living up to the stereotype, people.
You rolled a 2.
Yeah. Go ahead, Scophos.
If we ask the two that know about this, when did this happen?
Uh,
How many months ago? Weeks.
what was it? About
Days.
6 months ago that
I want to say, from what I've heard within the last year.
You're looking within last 3 months. This is
Got it.
extraordinarily recent.
Han was there.
You probably heard the first rumors of it right before you set sail for Iblydans. So,
Yeah, I think Scophos will pull out some parchment and start writing a letter to clergy of Pharimia.
yeah.
Like, hey,
Uh,
good news. I don't know if you know about this.
God dead.
Jericho, where did the news of Gorham's death start from?
I don't know.
Like, where
where
do
were you on a
people-
boat from?
No, I mean, is it
Didn't people
is
just
the-
see it happen in the sky?
They did,
Yeah,
but
but
that
where-
was in Avestan.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, that was northwestern Avestan, was where that happened. So, neither of you would have definitely been in the area of that happening, most likely. So you would have heard rumor of it at best happening.
Well, so we have the Lord in Iron dying outside of Iblydans, and apparently you all are having problems with the hero gods. They're called hero gods, right?
Yes. But that's a problem that's been happening for the last century.
So, are these hero gods? Are they like born, or is it like how's the whole process work?
They are given prophecies by the Cyclopses and become gods by performing great deeds.
Ah,
Yes.
deities of merit.
The Cyclopses around Iblidos will perform what we call a myth-speaking ceremony for those that have the potential and will be able to divine what deed, if any, could unlock that person's divine potential. Since the last outside god, Eredin, was said to perish, though, it's as if the Cyclopses have gone blind.
Is the phrase "the death of prophecy" common on Galarian since the death of Eredin?
At this point, yeah. Like, the Age of Lost Omens is synonymous with the death of Eredin and the death of prophecy. Prophecy
Okay.
barely works now.
Okay, so Ton will look at Terpsime. Ah, the death of prophecy. And did you say Cyclopses?
Yes, indeed. Are you unaware of their prophetic ability?
Yes. The only thing I know about Cyclopses is what I've read in old journals, and um, the ones that these people ran into were not very nice.
Hmm. Yes, that would be the case outside of Iblidos for sure. Many of the Cyclopses here, though, are descended from their ancient empire before it had fallen. So, for quite a long time, their gifts for prophecy and foresight remained quite strong. It's what allowed our nation to survive the great collapse that was Earthfall, and they have had a honored place in our society ever since.
Well, that's going to be very, very new, and it's going to take me some getting used to. But hey, I am nothing if not adaptable. At least I would like to think so.
By the way, Scoffos, I just want to check in because you said you were potentially writing a letter. Are you doing that here at the dinner table?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's like huge news. Like if they
That's
haven't heard
huge news. Absolutely. So yeah, like a servant will come, pull your plate away when you like go fishing for a quill and ink yourself. They'll pull your plate away, and then another servant will actually bring parchment and ink for you on the table.
Thank you. Thank you.
Above table question, Jericho.
Mhm.
In 2E lore, Minotaurs, not the ones in Iblidos, but the ones outside of Iblidos, are they still descended from Baphomet?
It's a great question. Give me. I mean, no.
Okay.
Because in Pathfinder lore, if I'm recalling properly, Minotaurs actually trace their roots back to Iblidos and a hero
Okay.
god's curse.
Okay, so this is their home.
Yeah,
All the
according
Minotaurs
to
come
myth.
from Iblidos. Well, hey, I mean, we're going. A war god just died, so myth's becoming a reality now.
It's almost like this campaign is called Myth Speaker.
I know. Right?
What could that mean? Nothing. It's a red herring.
Am I saying your name right? Oranus?
Just Horace.
Aureus.
I don't know if it's Aureus or Aureus. I can't decide actually. Aureus is fine.
Aureus.
Yeah.
Is her lantern, like, could I see it from my position on the table?
Um,
So I'm across from you to the far right.
it is. Well, it's definitely off right now. And I mean, maybe as you were walking up, because it's probably like if we have our stuff. Well,
Yeah,
it's
I
probably
mean,
like on the floor by her side or something.
the rest of you got here earlier today and have already been shown to your quarters to drop off whatever luggage you had, so you could have left
Yeah.
equipment there if you wanted to. But like even Terpsime carries her blade and her armor with her at the dinner table, so you would have been welcome to carry whatever equipment you wanted and have that with you at the table. So it's really up to you whether it's with you or back in your room.
It's probably like with me.
Okay.
Either like I don't know, at the foot of my chair or like hanging on the back of the chair. Probably one of those.
Okay, so is it like the size of Ton's head or the size of his torso? He's only like 5'8".
Definitely more like head size, I guess. Probably. I'm trying to think, because this is like an 8 foot tall minotaur. Probably like a little bit bigger than like a human head. Like it would be a bit oversized for like a human to carry, but it seems an appropriate scale for like an 8 or 9 foot tall creature.
For
Okay,
any of
is
you
it
Bloodborne
ornate?
enjoyers out there, I'm envisioning Mikolash's helmet. Perhaps slightly shorter.
Is it like a very ornate lantern, or is it very unassuming?
That's a good question. Um, I would say it's like a little bit ornate. It's like a little bit like scuffed and tarnished, like the metal is. But it has clearly like decorative elements around it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess it would appear to be like uh yeah, with glass, I guess it would appear like a oil lantern, I guess. So, yeah.
Okay. What
There's
is
no
this?
eyeballs on it.
Yet. We'll rectify that.
Oh, what in the
Oh,
utter
that's
hell
the
is
beast
that?
gear. I was thinking like what if there's like a bioluminescent creature that we slay that could be a lantern. But anyway.
Okay. Ton will inquire about your lantern. I see you kind of decorate it. Is it a family heirloom or just useful?
Um No, my axe is more of a family heirloom. Well, not even heirloom, but it's from my home, I guess. But no, this is simply something I acquired from a skilled craftsman years ago. Um, yes, I'm quite fond of it. It, you know, just between us, it's not a normal lantern. It's helpful in battle as well. But of course, outside of battle, you need to see your way around the caves at night. Quite useful.
His eyes kind of go wide. A lantern that's useful in battle? Well, and then he'll pause. So, is it just to help you see, or do you mean it actually does things to people?
Well, you don't like hit people with it. Um,
Oh,
I think it might break. Well, it might break in
Cowardice.
that case. Can you imagine? Um,
improvised weapon.
um, but it can help you learn things, I guess you could say.
Oh,
Its light is not for like seeing, I guess, but for knowing things in the heat of battle that can help give you the advantage. I'll put it like that.
now that is what I call a useful lantern. For a moment there, I imagine you bludgeoning people with it.
No, no. What am I, an animal? Okay.
You want to give a quick shout out to the fact that the one with the lantern is the one person in this group with dark vision. That's just 10 out of 10.
Well, the light is
Incredible.
better than my dark vision.
I
Am I
have
really the
dark
only
vision
one?
when I
Yeah.
rage.
Oh my god.
Not all the time, though.
Oh, I have low light and yeah.
And then we have
But
2 humans. Regular ass people.
I know what magic items they're gonna want.
Yep.
Everyone's getting goggles. Any
Yep.
other conversations you guys would like to have here? Like, the meal itself is probably finished up. Maybe dessert was wheeled out a little while ago. But aside from Scophos writing a letter, you guys are all still just kind of chilling out at the table at this point. Maybe enjoying a drink post-meal and just conversing with one another.
I would
There's a
ask.
festival tomorrow, right?
I'm sorry?
There's a festival tomorrow, right?
No,
did?
not yet.
No.
You being here have heard potential talks. The city's hero Dintolneon passed a little while ago, and there's likely going to be a death festival, but the council's still getting that set up. So tomorrow is just a day for you guys to explore the city and sort of do whatever you would like.
I would ask Lady Terpsime. Basically, the general, how does Iblydans work? The various city-states, the government, the people, the culture, the customs, yada yada yada. Not in detail, just a brief overview for someone just getting to the island, kind of deal.
Well, I mean, it really and truly depends on which city-state you end up in. In general, I suppose, it is an Iblydan custom to hold good-natured, of course, rivalries between businesses, between suitors, especially between city-states. So the competition, it encourages effort and excellence. So just always enjoying life, holding rivalries, but not holding grudges. You should find that the most prominent and enduring attitude of the people here is that of hope, that of perseverance. People are optimistic in Iblydans, suffice to say. But, that same optimism and willingness to forgive here in Pol-Bailax, at least, does blunt the general love of rivalry, so things will be a bit more tame here in Pol-Bailax than you may find in the other city-states. Try not to cause any problems. You don't want to get on the bad side of the guard if you can help it. But other than that, I mean, you can sort of do and go where you like. The parks in the Kylix are beautiful this time of year. The markets in Copus Heights are definitely worth visiting. And of course, the Acropolis itself is a beautiful place. So.
Oh, okay. So, I probably already know the answer to this question, but I want to ask it anyways, because you said I could go wherever I wanted. So, where's the nearest temple with one of the hero gods that I can meet?
She sort of casts a glance at the rest of you with a bit of a wry smile, because you all know as well as her that meeting a hero god, that's not happening. Just because you want to.
I actually was gonna ask that. Like, you said they do walk among people and stuff, but do they kind of intentionally keep to themselves, or they will, like...
A lot of hero gods, after some time of actively, being public, do sort of retire, actually. mortal minds are not meant for the sort of whispering of countless prayers from your worshippers and those gaining power from you. So a lot of hero gods will definitely for quite a long time be somewhat in the public, spreading their faith and their power, as well as fighting for their city state. But then they will typically sort of go into seclusion after a while and try and reduce the faith in them just to give themselves peace of mind.
So what you're saying is if I learn one of their names, I can pray to them to get their attention.
You could pray to them, whether that would get their attention or not. Like,
I feel like they don't quite answer anyone's prayers.
yeah, it's
Leave a message.
right. Get God's ringtone.
Exactly.
God's answering machine, I should say.
So,
But she'll look at you, Ton, and go, well, you will not find any of the hero gods active in Pol-Bailax right now. Many of them have their own holdings. There are a number of temples to them that you'll mostly find up in the Acropolis and somewhat even in... I got it here somewhere. Where's my notes? I have too many notes on Pol-Bailax. In Copus Heights, you'll find a lot of shrines as well to the various hero gods, but you are quite unlikely to ever meet a hero god face to face.
is this more of the hero gods don't want to be found so they keep themselves hidden, or their followers will keep you away?
It's more so a matter of it's one person out of dozens of thousands. The likelihood of running into them is as like any other. Each hero god typically has their own primary holding of where they tend to remain and live. Some are, the patrons of specific city-states. Others have their own separate holdings, and Pol-Bailax itself does not have a living patron hero god.
When she says that, does it seem like it's a sore spot for her?
No. Those of you
Okay.
from this region know that, Pol-Bailax's patron hero god died, 1,000 years ago. They've been dead a very long time. But it was through their friendship with the phoenix Salquin that Pol-Bailax is so prosperous today. So, everyone still respects that dead god.
In conversation with her, would it be revealed to Ton that since they're mortal, the rise and death of the hero gods constantly in flux is the norm?
I wouldn't say it's constantly the norm, but hero gods come into being and they also die. It is a fact of life. Right. Because the hero gods themselves are still mortals. They may live for a few centuries, but imagine it almost sort of like an elf's lifespan.
With all the godlike power thrown on top.
Right.
Okay.
And then they can die in battle, of course, still. They are living creatures. They're just very powerful.
Mythic resilience to AC and all saves people, that's what they get.
Yeah. And some of that gets ignored when they're fighting other hero gods. So, yeah, it is a fact of life here that the hero gods are mortal entities, and so they will die. But that's part of why all of Iblydans is sort of struggling spiritually right now because there haven't been any new hero gods in over a century pretty much, and many of the ones of the previous age have died. There's only somewhere around a dozen living hero gods left in all of Iblydans. And not all of them are good people. Some of them are bad gods.
Well, I mean, they were once mortal, so...
Yeah. Well, there's a hag god.
Just a hag?
That was above table.
Oh. I was gonna say, wait, you let a hag become a god? That's a bad idea!
The hero of this city that died, was he a hero god?
He was. Yeah, it was many, many centuries ago. Philosophers. Or, I'm sorry, you're talking about the guy who just died?
Yeah, was he a
Dintolneon? He was not a hero god.
Okay. He was just a local hero. Okay.
Not for lack of trying.
I see.
Yeah, you would either through, conversation with Terpsime or your own knowledge. Dintolneon got a myth-speaking ritual. The Cyclopses could sense his path to divinity, but couldn't actually tell him effectively where it led, what deed needed to be accomplished for him to become divine. So, a lot of people here in Pol-Bailax especially are like, damn, Dintolneon was probably like one of the best candidates for if someone could become a hero god to do so. So his death kind of feels like the end of the era of the hero gods to people. People are somewhat coming to the belief that once the hero gods that are still alive die, there will be no more.
How did he take that failure?
I mean, he kept trying.
Well, I mean, did he keep a positive attitude, or did he become, angry and resentful,
No,
like the Cyclopses? And
he's not angry or resentful. He was a happy guy. Remember, hope is the prevailing sort of emotion, especially in Pol-Bailax, but around Iblydans. The idea that things will get better. If something doesn't go well, just try again.
Was
Do we
above
know,
table was Iblydans
Go ahead.
untouched by Eridan?
I don't know, man. Eridan stuck nards. Go ahead, Oreus.
Oh no, I was gonna say, do we, like, above table, like, like, would we have heard of how, Dintolneon, of how he died?
Dintolneon?
Or is that not
Old age.
common knowledge? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
no, he just died of old age. He lived a normal
Okay.
mortal life, failed to become a hero god, and simply passed away. But he was, like, most famously, Dintolneon bested a manticore barehanded. Man was a unit.
Damn. Was he human?
Yeah. He outsang a quartet of naids at one point, according to local legend.
This guy was just speed running it.
Yeah. Well, this was decades ago when he was in his prime. And then he got old and died. I will type his name up in chat for you guys because welcome to Iblydans. Every name is going to have far too many letters.
Oh, God.
Oh, he's the sports messiah that never brought home a championship.
Pretty much, yeah.
But he was that MVP player everyone loved on the team.
Yep.
Yeah. Everyone in Pol-Bailax pretty much adored him, which is why his death has hit very hard for some people, for a lot of people.
Damn it, I don't have a space for this.
Any other conversations people would like to hold tonight, whether at dinner, separately? Scophos, do you want to send your letter off immediately once it is done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it to the servants.
Yeah, they will absolutely go ahead and seal that and get a hawk to send it off. back towards Rianforos.
Oh, these names are gonna suck to pronounce.
Or is it sounds like everyone might be ready for bed for the night to head off to sleep.
Yes. I'll just do my nightly prayers and then go to bed.
Yeah, you guys all have your own separate quarters. They're fully outfitted rooms. Because, hey, hospitality's big here, so they're really making sure, pulling out all the stops. Make sure you guys are as comfortable as possible.
Jericho, can I get the spelling for the city-state I'm in?
Pol-Bailax?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Biilax. Yeah. And I'll go ahead and actually pull us off the landing page and bring us to a map of Pol-Bailax city, so you guys can sort of get an idea of the area. And of course, here is Terpsime's estate, so you have a general idea of where you are and these other districts. The city itself is sort of a terraced city built into numerous large hills here, so it's sort of always sloping downwards. But there are beautiful parks. Most of the buildings are mixtures of like red sandstone as well as white and gold marble, with typically clay rooftops. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous city. I mean, the landing gave you an idea of what it looked like. But I believe I'm going to go ahead and say everyone here is welcome to take their long rest for the evening.
Okay.
Do any daily preparations. Of course, there's no need to utilize any rations you might have on hand, since breakfast is, of course, provided by your host here. Though Terpsime herself is not at breakfast. According to the servants, she has to meet with the Philosopher's Council to try and come to a decision on how Dintolneon will be celebrated and mourned. So
I was just about to ask if she was a member of the council.
yes, she is a member of the Philosopher's Council of the city. So
we go.
she'll be back for dinner tonight. Oh, you got the best one.
Second one on the same guy again. Okay.
Good old Medusa. I forgot you get two. Animist, man. Wild. Fantastic. Well, you guys sort of have the entire day ahead of you here. You've pretty much got an entire day. Most of you are either completely new to Pol-Bailax or have not been in quite some time, most likely. And whether you would like to stick together or go your separate ways for the day, none of you really have too much on your plates. Some of you do, but
Well, Ton will just look at everyone gathered and ask if someone will show him around the city. I mean, he's excited to see a new place, a new culture, and hell, a new civilization to him. Plus, he wants to see all the Cyclopses walking around. And as much as he would love to just start immediately, he knows with his 12 intelligence that a guide would be the most practical and safe thing to do.
Well, with 10 intelligence, you can come with me. No, I'm just kidding.
This party is not particularly intelligent, aside from one individual, I believe.
Yeah.
You're there to command us.
The one with the
I know,
18
right?
intelligence. I guess I will volunteer to show people around the city.
Have you been here before, Cyrus?
Not. Yes, I've been to the city quite often. Just, I'm not from the city particularly, but nearby. Um, I'm welcome to show everyone around if people would like.
Ton raises his hand. Oh yes, I would love for you to show me around.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jericho, how would I go about showing him the city?
Well, first and foremost, Scoffos, are you going to go with them, or do you have your own things you'd like to do today?
I would like to seek out the matron's followers in this city. Ziki, is that her name?
Yeah. You
is
can
that-
certainly spend some time trying to find some of her followers. She does have a small temple up at the Acropolis, as well as some shrines around Copus Heights. Her main worshippers aren't directly in Bilax, but tend to remain outside of the city because, hags not particularly welcome in some cities for, generally being hags. But there are, of course, non-hag worshippers of her that you can find around the city. You just might not necessarily find priests of hers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go look for information.
Sure. All right, so we've got Scoffos separating from the group to go seek out his own information while the rest of you begin touring the city. And I think at that moment, as you guys make those decisions and separate as you leave the estate for the day, we'll go ahead and take a quick break. So people can
Okay.
stand up, stretch, get some water, stay hydrated, and I will see you all in just a few minutes.
Were there a lot
Alright.
of strays there? Was it a stray or?
No, it was like a resort, so they had like just a cat. There was a few of them. There was also an ocelot on the premises. I don't know where he was, but we were just told there was an ocelot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, everyone. That's in the recording now, by the way.
Hell yeah.
So, we have Scoffos heading out to try and seek some information for his investigations he's got going on. But we've also got Erace, Cyrus, and Tan just going out and exploring the city. Is there anything in particular you guys are hoping to experience in the city, or do you just sort of want to do a general, one-day tour experience? See what you can find, what you can learn.
Ton would ask for the general one-day experience, but he trusts Cyrus now. So whatever she says, hey, this is the one-day experience, he's just gonna go along with it.
Cyrus is absolutely going to do the most like overly touristy type of showing off all the really nice parts and avoiding anything they know is like, this is gonna make us look bad. Let's not do this one.
Cyrus, let me ask you this. The last time you were in Bilax, did you have a run-in with the law?
No.
Okay. Fantastic. Wonderful. Go ahead and give me a society check, we'll say, to see how well you know the city and can provide a tour.
This is public, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
First public roll of the campaign.
God fucking damn it.
Absolutely amazing.
No.
You may hero point this if you would like. How good do you want your tour to be?
Don't hero point it. Let's just roll with it.
I think it's funnier if
If it's a bad
they
tour.
go about it. it's less that it's a bad tour, and more that they're gonna have to deal with some cops and them being like, "Hey, so about that last shipment."
Yeah, I can absolutely work with that.
The stolen pet.
So you, of course, start the day off in South Slope here, which is pretty much the most beautiful part of the city. It is sort of the cultural hub for wealth here. It's on one of the many slopes, so it's terraced estates with a beautiful view of the ocean and Kardaji Bay. There's many of the higher end shops here, some theaters, very nice restaurants, a few museums of Iblydan history, as well as the key government buildings here. So spending the, better part of the morning, why risk dealing with the Centaur gangs? They're less gangs, but you're well aware the last time you were here, you nearly lost a shipment to some centaurs that thought it'd be really funny to just steal from your crew as they were disembarking. So you sort of stay here in South Slope for the beginning part of the day. Go to a couple of the museums, go to perhaps one of the nicer restaurants for lunch, and just sort of give a general tour. It's very much tour guide energy of like going up to a museum exhibit and reading to your guests off of the plaque, not knowing at all what you're talking about, but trying your best to fake it. Do you have Laura with you?
Yeah, probably, but they're doing their best to like not be noticed.
They're
as they
skittering
are a
around.
giant- Yeah, trying to blend in, changing colors to blend in as much as they can.
You know what? We'll go ahead and put Laura on the screen. Go ahead and give me a stealth check for them. Just to see.
I am so gonna laugh if this lizard nat 20's it.
So let's do that blind GM roll.
Yes, please. What was that you said? Queek, nat 20? You would laugh?
You're joking.
I am, because I think this is funnier.
That's incredible. We rolled a 2 and a 1. Those are my best rolls so far.
Yeah, Laura is just like skittering
Great.
around, trying to blend in. But
This thing absolutely stole some food. I'm
100%. You guys, absolutely. You guys go to lunch at one point. Go to one of the nicer restaurants. Get a table for yourselves. The hosts definitely give Laura a very strange look. Because, Laura likes to stand up on the back sets of legs to pantomime being a humanoid creature. It never works, but
love that.
they like it.
I love that.
And you guys sit down at your table, get, partway through the beginning of your lunch, and Laura sort of heads over to a nearby table that has a full course on it, and very slowly and quietly tries to snatch something off the plate, and does so on something that the human man who is trying to take a bite has on their fork. And as Laura's jaws clamp down around the bit of seafood on the fork, they look at Laura. You see the shock of oiled red hair, the sort of very pompous coat of an official who takes themselves too seriously. And Cyrus, there's two moments in this instant where you're like, shit, Laura, we've been over this, polite society, you gotta behave yourself better. And then the next moment you're like, wait a second, I recognize that haircut. Fuck. As Magistrate Drakian places their fork down, Laura's mouth still clamped on it, and very slowly turns in his seat to look over at your guys' table.
As he's doing that, Cyrus is slowly turning to look the other direction.
Ton looks over.
My word. Is that you over there, Cyrus?
Nope.
Well, I suppose this is some other miscreant pet, then, belonging to someone else?
No idea what you might be talking about there, Magistrate.
Hmm.
Ton, I don't think he believes you.
Yes, well...
It's okay.
This magistrate's gonna stand up from his seat, gingerly step over Laura, who's now just, like, eating from his plate, and come
Laura
over
back. I'm like...
and sit down.
Very quickly snap at Laura to get back over here.
We'll just come over, pull the empty chair out, and sit down at your guys' table with you. Human man again, somewhat ornate dress, shock of, like, probably used far too much oil in his red hair to keep it up. No facial hair at all, piercing blue eyes. And he just looks at Cyrus for a moment, then turns to look at the other two of you. And who might you be? May I have the pleasure of learning your names?
Ton, with a very pleasant grin on his face. Of course, sir. Ton Frosttail, at your service.
I'm Horace. And yourself?
Happy to meet you both. I am Magistrate Drakian, a member of the less a member and more the Drasicon of commerce here in town, in the city.
Oh.
And you guys would know Drasicons are effectively the, like, departmental directors. You got the Philosophers Council on top of things. Doesn't really get much done. Like, they get some stuff done, but the Drasicons are the people who are, like, actively in charge of their respective departments. So this is effectively the city's head of commerce you've run into randomly.
When Ton hears that, they'll look at him. So you keep the people fed, you keep their homes alight, and you keep goods in their stores.
Indeed, yes.
Why, yes, he does, and he helps me with this job very, very well.
Is that how you've been describing it, Cyrus?
Well, I am a trader, and you do help me with making sure my goods get in, no?
A trader, I suppose that would be the term you like to use, wouldn't it? About that wine you brought last time. I seem to recall you saying it was a 44th century vintage, was it not?
I think that's what I was told, yes?
Would you care to explain why the restaurants that got those shipments found its quality lacking?
Well, I mean, I am no sommelier, unfortunately. So
I'm aware.
In terms of quality of wine, I cannot account for. All I am told is I'm given proof and information of what the items I am to transport are, and bring back to the city if I brought something that was not of the quality given to me. That unfortunately is not something I could control. I took the appropriate measures.
Go ahead, and I'm going to leave this up to you, because I'm going to leave it up to you whether this situation was one where you were truly deceived by your clients, or were attempting to run something for some extra coin, whether you roll diplomacy or deception here.
It'll basically be, I mean, it's gonna be the same thing. They definitely went right down the middle. Half the shipment was what was said, half the shipment was something they sold, bought for more coin.
Then I think
So
this
we're gonna
sounds like a
lie.
deception roll.
Yup. Do I
Blind.
blind
please.
or no?
Yeah.
Fuck.
You're lying to people. What is up with your dice rolls?
Really?
Oh no.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to hero point this, because I feel bad.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
The 2 nat 1s in a row following a 2 just doesn't feel good. Yeah.
Oh shit. Fuck.
That wasn't a hero
I
point. What are you
forgot.
doing?
I just did it
I
manually.
mean, we can just
I
take that as your
forgot.
hero pointed roll. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I just discounted the hero point for myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't
He'll
know. Oh, it's right there.
give you a good long look for a minute. Indeed.
Would you really think someone of my reputation in the military would do something so low?
Considering your reputation in recent years, yes.
You just hear Ton go, ooh.
I've been vouched for every single
Eating
time that
popcorn.
you seem to think that I have done something wrong.
Indeed. Well, I suppose in this circumstance, it wasn't the entirety of your shipment that had issues. Perhaps it was a bad batch or two. No fault of your own, after all. You are not one with a taste for good wines, as you yourself said. Well,
I'm not picky.
it has been wonderful seeing you again, Cyrus, and the two of you, I take it, are new visitors to the city?
They are indeed. I've been showing them around today.
Yes, as a matter of fact, first time in Iblydans for me. And
Hmm.
what I must say, what I've seen so far, blended.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it so far.
Magistrate, I'm also visiting, but I do have a couple questions for you, actually. If you have a moment to spare, of course. I wouldn't want to interrupt
He'll look back over at his table where
your meal. the
half
remainder
his
of your
meal got eaten in rapid instance by Laura, who's also, like, over this conversation been inching back towards that table. Well, I suppose I was done eating anyways. By all means, ask away.
I just wanted to know if, any of your commerce lately, you must know, like, a bit about the shipping aspect, like, the logistics of what boats arrive and leave and things like that.
Indeed.
I was wondering if you've had any ships with, any mysterious shipwrecks lately, or heard of any creatures disrupting trade lately. You see, I'm seeking a beast that I've heard might be in nearby waters. If you haven't heard of it, then that's fine, but...
Go ahead and give me a diplomacy check to make an impression here on him.
Oh my god. Okay.
I believe in you.
Is that private
Nope, this is public.
or no? Okay.
Oh, thank goodness. Someone who's not rolling a 1. Phew! He'll give you a good long look and sort of, I assume you're wearing all your equipment right now?
Yeah.
Taking the equipment you're wearing, see that you are yourself quite well armed. Think for a moment. Well, I can't say exactly what has been going on, but there certainly have been more ships of late than normal who are not arriving at their scheduled times, and it has caused some small disruption in our shipments. Unfortunately, I don't myself have much information on what might be the cause. There are numerous creatures, of course, below the waves, and, well, could always be Iblydans throwing a fit.
Who?
But if you are to continue looking into this matter and perhaps get to the bottom of what's going on, I could certainly see to it that there would be ample thanks for your efforts.
You said someone throwing a fit? What do you mean throwing a fit?
Yes, Iblydans the Tidefang, one of the still living hero gods of Iblydans, one who holds court beneath the waves and, well, has been known for their temper, drags ships onto the reefs if he is displeased, so sometimes simply he's having a bad year. You have to account for that.
Huh.
Well, thank you for sharing what you know. I will let you know as well if I find anything else out. Although, for the record, I don't suspect Iblydans. I've heard rumor of holes with a large bite taken out of it, things like that, which I don't think he could do, but I don't know. Never know.
What do you mean you don't think he's a god? Couldn't he just,
Well, yes, but
turn into something
he
and
doesn't-
fight the ship and leave?
I guess he could transform into a sea beast, but I don't know.
Huh.
No, Ton, you may not have the name. How dare you?
Thank you.
Yes, the Tidefang, whose areas of concern are reefs and shipwrecks, who, is an inconsistent divinity, encourages worshippers to pilfer and cause shipwrecks, only to become jealous of their newfound wealth himself and drag them onto the rocks and shipwreck them. So, a lot of sailors will frequently cast a portion of their wealth into the sea, trying to assuage the hero god's avarice. A very funny hero god.
Would you say he's the deity of the sea for Iblydans?
There aren't deities like that. They don't have these massive, there isn't a god of the sea or the like. They have minor areas of concern because the gods are not everlasting. They are changing on occasion. So every deity has two general areas of concern and maybe somewhere around 4 domains that they encompass. So the Tidefang is reefs and shipwrecks, but Pherimia, for example, is concerned with ports and lighthouses. They are they're not full deities. The easiest equivalent is that hero gods can be considered demigods rather than
Okay.
full-on major deities. So, like, Gozra might still get some respect as a god of the sea in Iblidos, but a lot of outside religions are just kind of ignored here. Shout out to Ongalt, whose area of concern is deicide. Fantastic hero god.
I find
love
the
the
one
name.
that's like just the area of concern is just being a lion.
Yeah.
So the wording of that is a little bit funny.
Yeah. Dracalion is based.
Being a
But
lion.
that will probably do it for the first part of your day. I would say the last thing Drakeon would leave you all with is if you are looking for a better way to spend your day, then the Acropolis would definitely be accommodating. I might recommend paying a visit to the Nine-Step Aviary today.
Is that where the phoenix is, or where the phoenix nests?
No. No, Salquin does not nest in the Acropolis or in Bailax very frequently, only comes to immolate and resurrect herself. So she does not stick around, as you might put it. No, the Nine-Step Aviary is where you will find the city's pyrofowl population.
Firefowl.
Yes.
Are these? I'm assuming they're firebirds of some kind.
That would be a good way of putting it. You'd best experience it for yourself.
I'll look over at Cyrus. There were firebirds, and you didn't tell me.
I mean, I figured that was a story that was well known outside of Iblidos.
Well, I mean, the phoenix part is, but just regular birds that are part fire?
Oh,
They're not part fire.
that's not exactly the case. They're just regular birds.
Oh, his ears kind of droop a little bit.
I'm still more than happy to show you the area if you like.
Yes, please. If anything, their plumage should be very interesting.
You should reference they are technically fire creatures. You just don't typically see them on fire.
Ah.
But there's a reason most buildings in Bilax have like clay roofing, and it's to prevent them from burning down if a pyrofowl just decides to come sit on someone's roof, which happens quite frequently.
So is the Acropolis just full of ash?
No.
Is that what that is on the map?
No. The Acropolis is sort of a mountaintop, almost. It's not a full mountain, it's just the top of a hill. But it is specifically, that is the sort of basalt bedrock of the landscape, jutting out and not having any greenery growing on it.
Okay.
So it's bedrock.
Okay.
But while the three of you spent the better part of the morning exploring South Slope and meeting a in-charge official that recognized Cyrus, Scaphos, you are spending the morning doing something else. What specifically might you be seeking out?
I'm gonna head to the Acropolis to
Sure.
talk to followers of Ziki that might be in town.
Okay. Go ahead. I don't think I'll ask for a roll to find any followers of the matron, because that's not terribly difficult. She does have a small temple up at the Acropolis itself. It's nothing too major, but as you head up, you find yourself on a sort of basalt bedrock where there's not as much greenery aside from the occasional tree. It's a lot of temples and fields, sports stadiums. Looking around, many of the temples to the different hero gods, living still at least. There are some to dead hero gods, but many of the living ones are what have the current temples. And the Matrons is probably the building that's the hardest to look at. It looks almost like a wave breaking upon the surf, but at the same time, it almost looks as if a sort of massive stone crone's face is hiding within the folds of the watery texture of the building. It's one of those things that the more you look at it, the more your eyes hurt. But you are certainly able to head inside. It's a quiet and somber place at the moment. There are a few people sort of off to the side, giving prayers on occasion. There are a number of small birds, crabs, and cats kind of steadily streaming in and out through the entrance. The ones coming in just sort of moving normally. The ones leaving definitely moving a bit quicker, and all of them you can see have messages attached to their legs. A very clear casting of the spell you would recognize as Animal Messenger. But the people in here all generally look human to you. Go ahead and give me a quick perception check if you don't mind. Okay. Yeah. You see a large number of just human men and women, all typically dressed up in like full cloaks that are covered in wave-like patterns. Many of them have some, protrusions and bulges in the cloak here and there that belie perhaps not quite entirely human underneath, or at least maybe have an extra appendage or two. But where is my... Yeah. And, human woman, long brown hair, will walk up to you, pull back the cowl over cloak. She's one of the people that looks like under her robe she's probably fully human, doesn't have any strange transformations, but with eyes that are almost entirely white. You can see her irises are like a very faint silver to distinguish them, but they're so light that they almost blend into the sclera of her eyes, and she'll approach you. Welcome to the Temple of Metamorphosis. What brings you here today?
I was looking for some information about an attack that occurred near here to your followers.
You... do you have a holy symbol of Pherimia visible on your person?
Yeah, for sure.
I see.
Put it on my sheet.
Probably. A priest of the horizon, are you? Please, follow me.
Not a full priest, but yes.
Oh. Well, please, follow me. And she'll lead you further into the temple and, down a hallway into a side room. And she will sort of bring you into a small room where there's just like a table and some chairs. And she'll gesture that you are welcome to sit down before sitting down herself. I take it by your presence that the Horizon Flame is aware of the situation to some extent.
We experienced a similar incident.
I
As
see.
of some of the followers of other hero gods.
Yes, we've begun doing some outreach to other major temples to see if they had experienced similar attacks. But would you mind sharing, well, where specifically is the attack that happened on your faith? Did that occur?
In Rion Pharos. On the Western High Road.
Western High Road. It's quite a distance from here, and was that recent?
Backstory.
It's been a few months for you,
Yeah.
because
several
you had
months
your
ago
whole
now.
recovery period.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
several
was several months ago.
several months. All right, that's, well, I don't want to say fine. That's not good specifically.
I was hoping that there would be more eyewitness accounts this time around.
Unfortunately,
More survivors to talk to.
no, there aren't many eyewitness accounts. Some of our followers were scheduled to show up for worship. They were traveling from a nearby island, and unfortunately, they did not show up. And we sent some messengers to them and did not receive any response. So when we sent some people over, we simply found signs of violence and no one remaining.
This was on their island.
Indeed, it is. I'm trying to check if it is directly which direction from here is. I want to say it's west, but if I say that, I'm going to be wrong. So I'm trying to confirm real quick. Come on. Where are you? I know I have you written down. It's, yes, the island of Euphrae. Half a day's sail southwest of here.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
How long ago was this?
This point, perhaps a month back, is when we made the determination.
Okay. All right, thank you. That's all I needed.
Of course, I would be careful if you are considering heading to the island. There is a spirit that resides there. Ghost of one of the older hero gods that has never found peace.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. It was a month ago. Probably any evidence is already eroded away.
There was frightfully little for us in the first place, unfortunately. wish you the best of luck on your investigations. If you should find anything, we would certainly appreciate were you to share that with us. And we will similarly share with you anything we find.
As Firmia has ordered, all information is to be shared equally with all hero gods. The dark times we experience today need information flowing freely in order to combat them.
Indeed, the Horizon Flame would think that way. Well, we shall share what we find with your faith, as she has decreed.
I'll nod and leave.
Okay. You walk out of the temple. This probably took the better part of your morning here as well to sort of have that conversation, make your way up to the Acropolis. Just
Yeah.
generally, like, it wasn't a quick conversation. It was definitely some back and forths. Conversation about faith probably made its way into it, but that would have been the general part of it. What, if anything, would you like to do for sort of the afternoon of the day, Scoffos? Do you think you would try and find the rest of the group, or do you have other things you would like to look into?
I think that would be all his investigations for today, but I think he'd find an out-of-the-way place on the Acropolis. Maybe just happenstance nearby the Nine-Step Aviary to run into them later.
Sure, absolutely.
And he's going. He likes to keep a wall between him and the apparitions at the moment.
Okay. Doing your
But
best to
his
not speak with them.
His curiosity is going to get the best of him at this point. Because one of his apparitions right now is the underworld lore.
Yeah. If you want to speak to them on something, you're certainly welcome to.
Yeah, so he's going to use them to recall knowledge on what is the underworld saying about Gorham's death.
What is the afterlife saying? I do think
like,
underworld lore is more meant to be like criminal underworld than
is it
afterlife
criminal?
lore.
I have my own spirit lore for the god on the island.
Yeah, let's go with that. If you want to look into that, if you're trying to ask sort of the dead about what's going on with the death of Gorham and, you know, how are spirits reacting to that, let's see.
So he's probably thinking it.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'd probably just ask for a religion roll at that point to commune with them.
Okay, well, I was actually going to... I think he would be, like, thinking about this stuff. And the sibilance, speaker in sibilance would probably be like, I can tell you.
I can tell you. Yeah.
And well, I'm going to use a focus spell and cast Crown of Prophets.
Okay. First spell.
So I'm going to go with Serpentine Advice.
Fantastic.
So this is why he got out of the way, because a bunch of snakes come out of his head now. And start whispering to him. So I gain dubious knowledge until the end of the spell.
God, we love dubious knowledge.
And then I can recall knowledge.
Yeah. Which, of course, recall knowledging sort of being a conversation with the spirits rather than just thinking it directly.
So I'm talking to the snakeheads.
Yeah.
Basically.
Every snake has a different voice, and they all stretch out their S's in a differing amount.
Yeah, alright, I'll recall knowledge.
And what specifically are you asking about? Are you asking about the spirit on the island, or
Yeah,
how
first
the
up
death
will
of
be the
Gorham's
spirit
going on.
First up will be the spirit on the island. I can sustain this for a minute. So
This spirit has perhaps heard of the ghost of Euphrae. Specifically, the serpents wouldn't necessarily know the name exactly of that hero ghost because they're someone quite old, but they would whisper to you that two of the titles that hero god once held were Slayer of the Chimera of Avelos and Scourge of the armies of Pol-Bailax. But information about their death and why they were on the island is unknown to these serpents right now.
okay. And then like, what are the spirits saying about
Yeah.
what's going on with Gorham's death?
It's interesting because at first they're sort of like all the snakes turn to one another and begin whispering the name Gorham to one another as if they don't recognize it. And, you have to explain to the spirit inhabiting you who Gorham was briefly, since this spirit didn't really have knowledge of gods of other pantheons, more out of a lack of care than anything else. Just never bothered to learn about actual gods. Because
something major changed in our region since
right. They sort of thought themselves top of the world. But when you mention like, hey, major god of war is dead, and they'll think on it for a moment. The conversation will continue, and for them, they'll very much. We know little about matters of other pantheons, but if a god has fallen, then I should suspect whatever power was dwelling in their body, well, it has to go somewhere. Queek, you're muted. I don't know what you said.
Well, the moment's been ruined, so forget I even tried to say anything.
Fantastic. This is why I love the camera, because I can make fun of you when you forget to mute, or forget to unmute. Thank you.
Okay.
But having those sort of two generally short conversations, the snakes eventually recede as this apparition's ability to possess you in such a way does not last for terribly long. But you'll have more than enough time to refocus here. The rest of you, as you sort of leave your lunch spot, do you follow what Drakeon told you and head towards the Acropolis and Nine Step Aviary, or do you have elsewhere you would like to go?
Ton looks to Cyrus.
Probably. I mean, realistically, we're gonna leave it up to Ton, because it's like, what do you want to see? Would you like to see that? You're the one who's new here.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. I want to
All
see
right.
the fire.
Well, there we go.
On the way, Cyrus, what was that whole confrontation about?
He and I have a history. He doesn't seem to like me very much. Tries to find any reason to think that I'm smuggling or being a bad trader of sorts. He's not wrong, per se, but it's not like I'm doing it maliciously, you know?
Mm.
No, I don't know.
Drakeon is very much that, I don't want to say comical, but he's the person in charge who, even when he wasn't in charge of commerce, when he was sort of lower level, because that is an elected position, he was absolutely on your ass every time you were in Bilax, basically since you left the military. He's very gung-ho about breaking up smuggling rings, and just once you had your own ship, he didn't really ever have proof, but he knew. And he knows you know he knows. And it's that game of cat and mouse where he's just always looking to catch you on something, but you haven't actually given him anything yet. That is enough proof for him to bust you.
Yeah.
But he will find you whenever you're in town. He'll find out and he'll find you. And he'll confront you on something. So, this just happened nice and early.
There you go, yeah. No, it's just... He's not wrong. I don't do it to harm anyone. There are some people that sometimes pay me a little extras, bring some nicer goods in. Things that they might not be able to get their hands on easily.
So
Hence, and I point at Laura. I'm like, this is against what I normally bring, and it's a rule I stand by very, very much. So I canceled my contracts, as lucrative as they were.
lizards?
I refuse to work with anything living, or unliving.
You mean transport, living? Okay, so you're against slavery.
Yes,
Good, so am I.
slavery, transportation of corpses, undead, anything like that. Anything that lives, breathes, or can walk, I'm not going to take.
What about smuggling willing people? Like someone was like, "I'll pay you passage to
That's
hide."
that's a gray
Risky,
area I'd rather
risky.
not move into, but I've done it once before.
So
Understandable.
okay, well, I guess I would just be getting into semantics at that point. Okay, Firebirds, let's go.
Off we go.
All right. You guys make your way out of South Slope up towards the Acropolis, sort of getting out of the greenery towards a much more sort of flat top area. Seeing all these varied temples and sports fields. It's quite an interesting, sort of eclectic area. But as you're walking around, let's go ahead and get a perception check from all three of you, please.
This time around, I'm being very, very on top of Lauda, that they do not run away or do anything.
You also know if Laura does anything to the Pyrefowls, you are fucked 10 ways to Sunday, because harassing, harming them by law is completely illegal.
Yeah, no, I'm being very much on top of them and basically keeping them on a very short leash here. I am not happy with them.
Which, fantastic, because all of you rolled immaculately here. 19, 18, and 16 on the dice.
Damn.
So, as you guys walk around the area towards the aviary you were informed of, you also notice on the tops of some buildings and also sort of in the rocky cliff faces, in areas where there aren't buildings, are numerous nests, many of which are glittering in the sunlight with baubles, it seems, all manner of jewelry and coin seemingly used to craft these nests. And indeed, in many of them are birds. about the size of Laura, so not particularly large. They are sort of like a peafowl, I want to say, if you can imagine, but burning red feathers and a beautiful countenance. They look a little something like this.
So, wait, we can't tell they're fire creatures, but they have burning flames as eyes?
That's just piezo art. I mean, to those of you who are Iblydan natives, would know that pyrefowls are often referred to as lesser phoenixes. They're quite hot, and they have a propensity to burn what's around them by their presence, but they inherently are not on fire at any given time. They can manifest some fire around them.
So, Jericho, does it look like the pyrofowl built the nest themselves, or does it look like it's made by...
Oh, these are absolutely nests built by the pyrefowls. And as you head towards the aviary, you notice that the aviary itself is sort of a massive, like 9-stepped ziggurat that is covered in nests. It seems very much like it was designed and sort of built to give more space for pyrefowls to create their nests. Pyrefowls love anything shiny. So speaking of which, are any of you wearing shiny stuff or particularly gaudily dressed?
Well, I'm not gaudily dressed, but I do have earrings on.
Okay. It's enough to attract their attention, but not so much that they're going to start following you. Anyone who is particularly ornately dressed will frequently find themselves getting a small flock just following after them, hoping, something falls off of their outfit that they can take.
Well, Todd will take off one of his earrings. Now, the nests, are any of them ground level? Or
No.
are they all up?
They're all up. Pyrefowls like to roost in high places, so they never roost on ground level.
Okay, so I walk up to where, I'm kind of like below them, but where they can still see me, and I hold the earring up to them to see if one of them wants it.
Yeah, instantly, like a nearby pyrofowl will fly down, alight nearby, and immediately grab the earring out of your hand and fly off. Congratulations, you're down an earring.
Enjoy it! Then I'll walk back over to my companions.
Yeah. As you guys are looking around, I'm going to say one of you, we'll go ahead and say Cyrus, as you're sort of keeping a close watch on Laura. Do notice Scaphos emerging from sort of around the edge of a nearby building.
Okay. I kind of like wave over to him to get his attention. Let him know that we're here.
He'll wave back once he notices you and walk over.
I was going to laugh if you said you wave back and walk away.
That would be really funny.
Oh, hey, yeah. Enjoying your tour?
Yes. It's always a blessing to see a new civilization one has never seen before.
Your mic.
Eat their food. Eat their food. How's that?
Good.
I hate this. Anyways. Not you guys, the headset.
No, I know you hate me. It's okay.
Anyways, eat their food, experience their culture. It's been very enlightening.
Meet their public officials. Great.
Oh yeah, we met this guy who called himself a dragon. Really upstanding guy. He knew Cyrus. They had a wonderful conversation after Laura, slurped up his plate. It was great.
Sounds like a wild time.
Yeah. Also, something has been. Um. Well, I'll let Oreus explain it. She's better at that.
Oh, I just asked him about if he knew anything about the sea serpent attacks, but he really didn't know all that much. Just that some of the ships were maybe not arriving on schedule, a bit more things going missing, but he didn't really know much, so.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
How was,
Well, I
Oh, good.
meant to say this last night, but I will definitely help you with hunting this creature down. Ships are
Good.
next to holy to our following, so their destruction is antithetical.
Oh, it's good to hear. I don't worship Faramia myself, but I feel some kind of connection using this so frequently, and she'll just point to like the lantern.
I noticed that connection as well.
How was your morning? Were you visiting a shrine to Faramia up here, or?
I was speaking to followers of Ziki about an attack that occurred to some of them.
Ziki,
Attack.
the hag god.
That's the information I'm in town to find. There have been several attacks on followers of hero gods in the last few months. Most recent being them about a month ago on their island southwest of here, you said?
Southwest, yes.
Yeah, okay.
You believe them to be connected, like they're being targeted by someone?
I think so. I don't know a lot about it. He might absentmindedly touch the left side of his face there. Where is this sea serpent you speak of?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I mainly know that it's somewhere in the Kardaji Bay, but Kardaji Bay? Kardaji Bay?
Kardahi,
Oh no. Kardaji
Kardashian,
Bay.
I don't know.
Kardashian Bay.
But I haven't been able to pinpoint much about it. I heard from some fishing villages, some sailors in small towns of it, but many people I've spoken to don't know much, and Terpsime was kind of... Terpsime, I keep saying Terpsime. Terpsime was kind of running me in circles about it a bit, so I don't have too many leads. But yes, the Kardaji Bay, although that's quite a large area of water, so still
Well,
tracking that.
didn't the Drakes and Dragon guy also mention the Tide Fang?
That is true.
I mean, Tide Fang having a bad day, all that jazz.
I suppose it could be him taking on the form of a beast, although I don't know. I feel like he tends to be a bit more like tricky about things, like misleading people or having his followers, pirate different ships rather than a creature in a serpent form, but I could be wrong. I hope it's not him. That would be kind of disappointing, but whatever.
Wait,
Um,
Okay.
Sounds to me like the docks might be the best place to get information for both of us.
Possibly.
The attackers would not be native to the island, therefore they had to get to the island in some way.
Is there any information on the attackers, or was it just like human warriors or something?
Humanoid. They wear masks. And they follow something dark. I don't know how to describe it. I never saw its face.
Hmm.
As you guys are sort of near the aviary having this conversation, a female Azarketi sort of walks up to you guys. You see has big wide-brimmed hat on to sort of shade herself from the sun. Has a lute, harp, and set of drums, it looks like, on her person all at once. And she'll sort of wave at you guys as she's walking in your direction. Oh, hey there. Nice to see some travelers up in the area.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah,
What's
well,
your name?
I guess we haven't met yet. My name's Palesa.
Palesa. Ton
Yeah.
offers hand.
Ton, nice to meet you. She'll go ahead and shake.
A pleasure, Cyrus.
Cyrus. It's a good name. I like it. Very, very nice.
I'm Arace.
Oh, we're all introducing ourselves. Wonderful. Always love meeting new people. Wonderful to meet you, Race.
Sure.
Scaphos.
Good group of people. I like. And who are you down here? She'll go and start, like, rubbing against Laura's face.
That is Laura. That is my companion.
Oh, adorable. None of you have happened to see any errant cinders around, have you?
Say what?
Errant cinders? Just sort of floating by the wayside, sometimes accompanied by ash.
No,
we?
I haven't.
Pity. Are you sure? Think carefully. It's quite important.
Well, I mean, have we, Jericho?
No. Like, seeing...
Just
She's basically asking, have you seen, like, a couple cinders floating around in a sunlight-laden city? You probably haven't
just
seen
seen
any.
the birds flying around like normal up here.
Yes, but they don't have the type of cinders I'm looking for. It's all right, that's perfectly fine. Keep a lookout though. It's important for the city's safety. If you do find anything, be very careful and come find me in the Kylix.
Can we ask why? What is this? The city's safety? What are the cinders for?
You know, you're right. I got ahead of myself. I'm sorry. I do that a lot. Something has been, unfortunately, hunting pyrefowl recently. Given my fellow wardens and myself's love of them, we can't quite accept that. And, well, we know it's feline of some sort, but you know, it's not likely that there's a large cat just wandering the city, so our current hypothesis is we're looking for an Elenanx, but that's why we're keeping an eye out for cinders and ash. Telltale sign of one, really.
So an Elenax, just a big fire cat. Is that what it is?
Somewhat. It's the Fae. That tells you anything about them.
Yes, that actually tells me a lot.
So they are. looks like a bobcat typically, but is able to disperse itself into cinder and ash to hide. So we are keeping a lookout for that. Of course, it's possible the hunter we're looking for could be something else entirely, but that's the what we're most believing it to be at this moment in time. Lynxes aren't typically affected by fire and flame, so the defenses of pyrefowls wouldn't put up much of a threat against them.
Poor birds.
Indeed, yes, that's why we're trying to get to the bottom of this as quickly as we can.
So if I find this fey cat, I mean, what, you want its skull caved in, or what do you want me to do with it?
I mean, if you're competent, I suppose we would appreciate your taking it on, but forgive me, I've seen many a traveler who knows how to handle a weapon, and if it truly is an Elenanx, I fear it may be beyond what you're capable of, just based off of how you carry yourselves.
Is this thing like a level 23 creature or some shit?
No, Elenanxes are level 6.
Oh, okay. Oh god, it's that big of a cat.
Tornado cat.
Yeah, I'll pull up the artwork for you guys.
Speaking of cat, that one has returned.
Oh
Aaron's
yes.
cat.
There he
Yeah.
is.
Elenanxes are
found
little tornadoes of violence. But
Oh, it's one of these.
yeah.
I'll like pull out some cold iron shavings from my pouch. I'll be like,
I think the funniest
what
thing about
this is?
Elenanxes is they're known for hunting alone, but they have pack attack as an ability.
wait, really? How does
Yeah,
that work?
it's kind of weird. They do roam in packs occasionally, which packs of Elenanxes are called billows. That is important information. But they are also known to hunt alone. So, I'm sorry, what were you saying, Horace?
Oh no, I was just I'm gonna pull out like, well, if we already kind of know what it is, and if someone had mentioned that it's Fey, I'm just gonna pull out like a little bit of cold iron shavings and just be
Yeah.
like, this, you need to coat your weapon in this should you find it. It's very important, and I'll give it to her.
Oh, well, thank you. We do have some stores of cold iron already, but I appreciate the gesture. Probably better for you to hold on to it, though, just in case, never know if you'll need to protect yourself. And should you come across it, it'd be better to be more equipped than not.
The pyrefowls.
Yes.
Are they elementals?
No, not at all.
They're just regular birds that just happen to have fire.
Indeed, yes. They have the ability to create and use fire, and they are, to some extent, related to phoenixes, but not particularly. So, but they are regular animals.
Yes, I was told there was a phoenix that would die and be reborn here. I hope I get to see that. Or just get to see the phoenix at all. That would be a very blessed moment.
Indeed. We all hope to see Salquin, yes. If you'll excuse me now, I must continue my search.
Best
And
of luck.
she'll pretty
Nice to meet you.
quickly following that move on.
Does it seem like what I said spooked her or made her upset?
Give me a sense motive check.
Okay.
Anyone who wants to may.
Sure.
Ton, you're pretty confident she was more than happy to answer that question, was just too busy.
Okay.
Cyrus and Scophos, both of you are like, yeah, no, that was kind of an insensitive question. Because you both know the Phoenix was supposed to return last year and didn't. And that's got a lot of people on edge right now because of that. So bringing it up like that's a bit insensitive. Give it up for another nat 1 being rolled tonight, by the way.
This is the curse in all of the games I play with Jericho. Crap initiative and crap sense motive.
That is not true, and you know it. That just happens on occasion. It's not always.
Looking at the basic action markers, I cannot believe I'm the best in my party at some of these skills that I'm not trained in. I need to become trained in some of these skills.
Yeah.
I am surprised at how many I am the best at.
Yeah. Because both of you are, I believe, tied in deception. It is just that you are untrained in it, Erase, but have a very high charisma, whereas Cyrus is trained but has a very low charisma. But at this point, you're looking at mid-afternoon, maybe around 3:30. So you guys have a little bit longer to do things before you probably head back for dinner with Terpsime tonight. So is there anything else you guys would like to do for the next 2.5 hours?
Well, are my companions just gonna let Ton go around
No.
with the belief that his question did not offend her?
The Phoenix is late. It should have come back last year.
Oh. Crap. You know what? I'm just gonna stop bringing it up. Though I meant what I said. It would be blessed to actually see one.
Oh, I agree with that completely.
My favorite thing about Salquin's immolations and resurrections is typically no one actually sees them. Like, people see the Phoenix, and the Philosophers Council will spend time talking to her, but they throw a big festival whenever she comes back and immolates, and everyone is shit-faced drunk by the time she actually immolates, resurrects, and flies off, so no one actually ever remembers seeing it happen. Fantastic. The people of Pol-Bailax know how to party. But
You've come to Iblydans at an interesting time, for sure.
Yeah, I'm beginning to get that feeling.
Pol-Bailax's eminent hero is dead. The Phoenix did not come back. There's a sea serpent and people hunting hero god worshippers. So,
seems like a grand old time.
welcome to Iblydans.
Yeah, Oh, and the local legend died as well. Damn, I really did come here at a good time. Fuck.
Do you guys have, specific things around the city you would like to do? Do you want to just continue touring around the rest of the Acropolis here?
Is there a merchant district where you can buy stuff, particularly weapons?
Yeah, I mean, there's multiple. Opus Heights, this whole area down south, is, very much the working class neighborhood. A lot of workshops there, so you'd probably find a number of smithies there. There are sort of the nicer storefronts in South Slope. And then you'll also find, some industries over in the Spur and Kylix is where most of the normal markets are.
Okay. Ton would not want to spend his money in the ritzy part of the city. He would want to go to where the common man and woman makes their living doing their daily grind and spend money there.
Okay.
He's just looking to pick up 5 javelins.
Sure. Yeah, that would not be terribly difficult to do. Do the rest of you want to go with Ton to a workshop to do a little bit of weapon shopping, or do you separate to let Ton go do his thing and continue touring yourselves? I see. Interesting.
Well, Scoffos, you mentioned going to the dock, which I agree would be a good place to look for information.
Yeah, I'll head to the docks with you.
Okay.
On the way, I'm just keeping an eye out for the cinders, although that's unlikely.
Yeah.
But
A bellowing.
I'll illuminate my my lantern as we go through the streets,
in the middle of the
look for
day.
the cinders. Yes, it probably looks a little bit weird.
Yeah. This is the sort of thing, since we're doing monster crafting as a thing that a couple of you are taking advantage of, that'd be very much something to keep in mind, and I'm happy to create like a known creatures or rumored creatures for like the sea serpent, the Elenanx, so you guys could be like, okay, at some point we want to infuse a weapon with fire. If we can track down this Elenanx, if it still hasn't been found, we could certainly harvest it for some parts, potentially, if we can find and kill it. So, a lot of things that may not directly be related to the main plot, but could certainly be useful for those of you looking to improve and imbue your weapons with things. So, we've got Ton going to, we'll say the Kylix, to get scammed by some centaurs on his own, and buy some javelins. We've got Orace and Scothos heading to the docks, and what...
I'll be joining with the docks.
You're going to the docks also? Fantastic. So...
He's gonna be upcharged.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm gonna ask you, because has anyone warned Ton about the centaurs?
I probably would have.
Okay.
I was gonna say, does everyone know of it, or is this specific to Pol-Bailax?
Centaurs have a reputation in Bailax for vagrancy, mischief, theft. Now, there are a number who don't, and there is a member of the Philosopher Council, Tribune Kotos, I believe, that is very much trying to improve the relationship with centaurs, and even hires adventurers to track down and shame any centaurs that aren't willing to behave in the city. There's literal prank wars that happen between centaurs and people hired to go prank the centaurs in return. Iblydans is wild. I love this place.
I feel like Tan would join the centaurs.
Ton fights the war on drugs on the side of drugs.
Ton does like a good bit of mischief, but stealing people's money is not one of those things.
That is entirely fair. Now, you might join some centaurs in overindulging in wine, because that's something else they do.
Yeah, also, dyeing someone's hair hot pink? Oh, all day, every day.
I can't wait. I'm going to take your token art into Photoshop one day, and you're just going to wake up with your fur entirely dyed by a centaur.
Oh no.
Karma. If you're warned that, hey, a lot of the centaurs like to pull pranks and mischief, especially on unwary travelers, you can definitely find a workshop that sells javelins. That's not going to upcharge you or anything for them, so you can absolutely pick some up.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
Kylix
fine.
is absolutely beautiful as a place, by the way. It's sort of the most natural because it is where the largest parks in the city are. So it's sort of this lower wide basin as opposed to the hills of South Slope and the Acropolis and North Slope. But you see a number of like markets, workshops, some lower cost homes. You do see quite a lot of centaurs around the area. It does seem like the Kylix is their sort of favored spot for the most part. But for our 3 people heading to the docks, we've got some people looking to gather information, it seems, on some stuff.
Yep.
All right. Let's go ahead and get those gather information rolls. And when you roll it, just go ahead and tell me specifically what information are you trying to find.
I am trying to find any information about a large sea creature in whatchamacallit Bay.
Okay.
Kardaji Bay, yes, that one.
All right. And how about you, Scoffos? Almost at Arrayas.
Yeah, I'm looking for information on if any shadowy kind of people have hired a boat or took a boat out of here,
Okay.
or if anyone saw a boat like that near. What is the island called?
Euphoray. I can go ahead and
Euphorate.
type that up if you need.
Yeah, that would be great.
Get my name of it back up. Hold up. 1 moment, please. Do. All right. And Scoffos, anything in particular you're doing with the docs? Are you attempting to help gather any information for these two? Gather any of your
Cyrus?
own? Cyrus, whatever. I don't care.
I'm probably gonna also try and help out with finding information about the sea creature.
Sure. Go for it. For the best, because we had another 2 rolled on the part of Arrayas.
Lord.
Oh, thank God. I decided to roll then.
So, Arrayas, unfortunately, as you start asking around about, hey, you seen any sea monsters? Big leviathans and the like?
That's exactly what.
You get a lot of confused looks. And, people who look over you see that you are, carrying yourself well. You've got a weapon on your person, quite a lot of pouches. You seem to know what you're talking about. But at the same time, it's the way you ask that a lot of them are like, oh no, not another, first-time big game hunter who's going after prey far too big for what they can handle and is just going to get themselves killed. Oh, you sweet summer child, please no. So a lot of these hardened sailors and dockhands look over you with looks of pity as you start asking them, and all of them are pretty much like, haven't heard anything about any sea monsters. Sorry. Everything's been great.
Jericho, quick question.
Yeah.
Considering my background and that I'm probably somewhat known, would sailing lore have made my result better?
Do you have something that lets you use sailing lore for gather information?
No, I'm just asking
Okay.
you if that would be an ability that you would do in this case.
Not really.
Okay.
But the fact that you are known here and you've got a contact that has numerous people that they're contacts with that work here in the docks, that's what helps. And as you're looking around, you see some of the people you've worked with in the past, and you start going up to them, and they're the people. If there's a problem going on, they're going to know because it affects their business. A lot of the people who help unload illicit goods or load illicit goods onto ships for the local black markets will look at you when you come by and start asking. They'll always start with like some quipping, asking, where's your crew? How's business been? Because they themselves know that smuggling's not been great business recently. It's definitely affecting them too. But they will mention to you that no, there haven't been signs of large serpents in the area, but there have been others. Creatures of the deep. Humanoid, able to commune with beasties that have been attacking ships.
Oh, interesting.
And they'll describe the creatures to you from what they know. They describe these amphibious, sort of fish-like humanoids that like vaguely look like Laura if Laura had, one set of feet and regular arms. Maybe not the lamprey-like mouth, but a similar head structure. You can go ahead and give me a recall knowledge if you would like upon receiving this description to see if you recognize what type of creature that might be.
And you said that they're attacking ships and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. Occasionally. It's not super frequent, but... unfortunately, you've come across a lot of amphibious creatures before.
Yeah.
And as well as anyone else, the ocean holds all manner of nasties. So you get this description, and it's a vague description that's coming from rumor, and you're like, there's so many things that could be. Yeah. If it's even true, it's just not enough to go off of, unfortunately.
That's fair.
But definitely rumor that there's something causing problems for ships, if not some massive serpent. This is where I remind you that a sea serpent is a 12th level creature. And not for fighting anytime soon.
Yep.
Get it!
We'll get there, but not yet. Gothos, asking around. You're in the docks asking around about a ship that may have sailed a month ago, maybe even longer than that, depending on the circumstances. There's so much traffic that comes through here, especially in this last month, because it's the first ships of the Obari Crossing have arrived in this last month or so, so it's constant people coming in and leaving. Everyone's got someone that they thought was strange, someone who they thought was up to no good that they saw boarding a ship. Half the time it's a dockhand or a sailor whose captain is rivals with another ship's captain in the Iblydan tradition of business rivalries, and they're trying to make them look bad to you so you don't go pick them for business. In just these 2 hours or so of talking to people, you're able to weed out a lot of people that aren't like you. They don't know anything, but you don't find anyone with any direct leads on what you're looking for. So, but as about 6 p.m. hits, the sun is beginning to set, coloring the sky with some beautiful hues. Are there any last things you guys would like to do before heading back to the estate for dinner?
So
Nothing
just
I'd like-
remind me again, what are the leads we're following right now, besides the sea serpent and the other one? And the attacks on people?
Yeah, so the sea serpent and the attacks on people are things specifically Aureus and Scathos are looking into themselves and were looking into when they came here.
Okay.
Since coming here, so far you've heard about a potential Elenanx attacking Pyrefowls and these weird, like, fish people, potentially, that are attacking ships in lieu of a sea serpent.
Gotcha. Okay.
But as you guys sort of finish up for the afternoon, all make your way back to the estate, clean yourselves up for dinner, and make your way. Food is set out for appetizers, and the servants welcome you. Terpsime is not here, though. The servants encourage you guys to begin eating. Oftentimes, when it comes to matters of the council, they take longer than we anticipate their meetings to go for. She should be back shortly, but might not make it in time to share dinner with you all tonight. I apologize.
All right then. Don't want the food to go to waste. After she so generously provided us with it. Let's dig in.
All right. Well, as you all begin to eat and begin your meal after first full day in Bilax, giving you some interesting stories and situations to potentially keep an eye out for or follow up on. That is where we are going to end it off for tonight. As next session, you'll come back. Terpsime will return, and with her return, we'll perhaps be throwing you guys in a different direction, because with the death of a local hero, funeral games are to be held, and, well, glory is one thing, but wealth, rewards, and other prizes for those who do their best might call out to you just as much. But thank you all so much for playing Gesundheit. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next week.
All right.
I'll see you next week, Jericho. Thank you so much for running the session.
You're not welcome. How dare you?
You're not
Fine,
welcome.
fuck you too.